It's KFI AM 640, and you're listening to The Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. It is already middle of February. Partner, it's, the 10th today? The 10th? So Valentine's Day is this week? That's a good deal. When is Valentine's Day?
On a Friday.
Friday. Oh, boy, man. Lots of romance.
You have big plans this Valentine's Day?
Not yet. But I usually try to hit a grand slam, a walk-off grand slam.
What would that entail?
I don't like to give out the secrets. Then
we won't tell anybody.
No, then you guys all do the same thing, and I feel like, oh, it's just normal.
Have you already made the reservations?
Not yet, but we're getting close.
Have you selected the brew of coffee for that late night romantic talk?
Thinking about it. I know Angel's got my playbook. I've had I'd say more than a dozen girls break up with me. And it's always...
But it's more than that. Sorry.
The complaints that I get, because every time a girl breaks up with me, I say, hey, look, I'm sorry it didn't work out. Usually in tears. I'm sorry it didn't work out, but can you let me know what I did that was the big turnoff? So in the future, I can try to fix that problem.
Kind of like an exit interview.
Yeah, okay. I'll give you that. That, like in the sports analogy, in the sports world, yeah, like an exit interview. And so I've written down notes in the past and compared, one note to another. And I've rounded down to 3 things that I did wrong in relationships. And I try not to do them, but I think I always go back to what I know probably best. And I think I continue to make this mistake. Even with my wife, I think I make it. And so the 3 mistakes that I've made in the past are, 1, I spend way too much money on women, buying them, gifts and, fur coats and,
Wow.
Bathing suits, rouge, brassieres. I just go all out.
Rouge and brassieres, huh?
Yeah, maybe not in the same day, but, in the same month, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And so I spend way too much on women. That was one of my faults. I got that from a lot of women.
Showering them with gifts.
That's right. The second one, way too romantic. That women they almost pass out because they can't keep up with my romantic side. I'm talking, flowers, candles, music, couple massage.
Wow.
Wow.
Rose petals. The whole
wow.
thing. Yeah. And so that was my second one that I've tried to correct, but I'm getting there. And then the third one, when a girlfriend in the past said, hey, we need to talk, I'm like, oh, yes. I love that. And I would put on my favorite sweats. I would put a pot of coffee on. I would sit Indian style, if we can still use that term, or crisscross applesauce. I would sit on the couch with my sweats on and sweat socks, crisscross applesauce with a pillow on my lap and a huge pot of coffee. And I would say, let's get started. And I hope this never ends. Hope we can have this talk all night long. And so those are the 3 things that women have all said no to in the past. And I see it. It is, I try to fix it.
I guess they just weren't ready to be treated so fabulously.
Oh, okay. I never even thought about that.
Right?
You think that's treated well?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah.
that. I thought that was the problem. Okay.
No,
I thought I treated women too well.
Some people might not feel they're deserving of it.
Yeah, maybe. Okay. All right. So it's on them?
Maybe. You
Okay.
sound amazing.
Okay.
You sound like the
Is that
dream.
right?
The dream.
Is that right?
Yeah.
All right. So you've talked to some of them, huh?
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe.
I don't think anyone's ever said that about me. You sound like a dream.
I almost couldn't keep a straight face when I said it.
It sounded like a dream. That's classic. All right, your Los Angeles Dodgers are in the news. Spring training camp is right around the corner. That's a big deal.
With the NFL season now in the rearview mirror, the Chiefs could not three-peat. Can the Dodgers repeat? They've won 2 titles in the last 5 years. Remember, the rival Giants have won 3 titles in 5 years, but you have to turn the clock back. 25 years, the last time a team, the Yankees, repeated as World Series champions. Right. So bring it on.
Dodgers have to be a favorite to do it. I mean, they got healthier during the offseason. And they won the World Series last year.
So bring it on, Dodger fans. It's your chance. Pitchers and catchers reporting to spring training here at Camelback Ranch today.
Wow, I didn't know that. So we're getting pitchers and catchers are already reporting. Wow.
God, it just ended.
I thought it did too. Thought it ended like a week ago.
An overwhelming amount of Japanese media already here, not just to see Shohei Ohtani. The MVP is expected to pitch this season. Remember, they also have pitcher Yoshinobu Yamamoto, and in the offseason, they acquired the 23-year-old phenom Roki Sasaki. Well, tomorrow's that first catchers. Today was more of a workout for the fans to try to get a glimpse of their favorite player, and that's what makes spring training great, at least for the Dodger faithful.
Spring training, the interaction, what you just said. You're not going to get that during the year, you know. It's Los Angeles, right? And
what a great observation from this guy.
Look, it's Los Angeles.
Yeah, you're right. Looking around, yeah.
Wait, L.A.?
What did he say?
Look, it's Los Angeles.
Look, it's Los Angeles. Yeah, he's right. I'm looking around. It is. It's definitely L.A. It's totally L.A.
Look, it's Los Angeles.
All right.
Right?
It's right. Yeah. That's exactly right.
Right?
Right.
It's, Chavez Ravine, you're not going to get it. Unless you know somebody or whatnot.
And World Series champs. How does that change the landscape?
Coming off that, even harder.
That's what's going to make it crazy. Yes, tomorrow morning, pitchers and catchers, they did sign over the weekend fan favorite Kike Hernandez to a one-year deal. He joins them for the 4th time, and then the first full workout will start in earnest on Saturday.
All right, Kike is back, everybody. That's great news.
And Big Blue's going to be welcoming a familiar face. Fan favorite Kike Hernandez is back. ESPN says the ever-popular super utility player has a deal in place as long as he passes this physical. He's 33, returns to the Dodger lineup for the 4th time, having been acquired twice via trade and another 2 times in free agents deals. He was an integral part of that Dodgers. Wow, what a great run to the World Series.
Yeah, I like the enthusiasm there.
Wow, what a great run to the World Series.
The beer that we were thinking of, Steffush, is Premier. Corona Premier. Comes in those white cans.
Yeah.
And there's sort of a texture on the outside of the white can. It's not just flat, aluminum.
Is it? I've only gotten the bottles, but yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, now that I think about it.
I wasn't into the bottles because sometimes I have too many of the Coronas and I drop the bottles and that glass goes everywhere. And I don't like cleaning that up. So I go with the cans. I love the cans.
Smart move.
Yeah. I'm a can guy. I think everybody knows that. I love the can.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
The big news this week is going to be the rain. It's coming on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Thursday is the biggest day. They're expecting up to 3 inches of rain. It'll be the biggest storm of the year. It'll be possibly 3 inches of rain. And that is very, very concerning for everybody. Whether you live in the burn scar area or not, it is going to be a hell of a lot of rain. And they're already prepping for it. Maybe you are too. Maybe you cleaned out your I don't know, your gutters or whatever. Lots and lots of rain coming. All right, we have breaking news here with ABC 7 Chris Christie. There's a SWAT team looking at a woman who has pistol whipped a couple of people.
We're along 8th Street between Westmoreland and Vermont, where you can see the LAPD SWAT team on the scene down there as a woman is barricaded inside of a 3rd floor apartment in that brick building right there in the center of your screen, refusing to come out after allegedly pistol whipping 2 people inside of the building. They are in the process of evacuating this entire building as they deliberate on what to do next in terms of trying to get her out of that apartment. Reporting live from Air 7, I'm Chris Christie, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Maybe she had a lot of money on the Chiefs. That's possible. Let's find out where this is again.
We're along 8th Street between Westmoreland and Vermont, where you can...
Okay, 8th Street and Vermont. 8th Street and Vermont.
8th Street between Westmoreland and Vermont, where you...
Okay, so 8th Street is what a lot of people take to downtown L.A. to avoid Pico and Olympic and Wilshire, and now that's probably going to be closed. So you've got to bail now and do a workaround on that. So be aware of that. SWAT team at 8th Street and Vermont in Los Angeles. All right, the rain, let's get back to the rain. Very concerning for a lot of people, especially in Malibu, Pacific Palisades, and the Eaton fire area.
And if you're driving through Malibu, it's hard to recognize PCH right now. Not much traffic on the roads. If anything, it looks more like a command post. You'll see crews out here, sandbags, K-rails.
And you know what else I heard over the weekend? I heard that they may permanently shut down PCH for quite some time because they're afraid that one of those hills where they had a lot of homes up on those hills and those homes have been burned down, that entire hill might slide across PCH. And they're very worried about that.
Everyone just trying to get ready for this next storm. Malibu residents bracing for more rain as another storm system sets its sights on Southern California.
K-rails are stockpiled, sandbags are being stockpiled. We've got them available for the public if they need them.
And if you go to Home Depot, they still have a bunch of these things. There are these water dams. I don't know what they're called, but they're sold at Home Depot. They're very light. They weigh like 1.5 pounds. And as water hits them, they expand, and they really work beautifully. We've had them at our house about 2 years ago, and we used to get floods inside our garage. And I put those things out there, and there was literally, 3 drops that came through. They really work fantastic. I heard about them from Dean Sharp. Dean Sharp always talks about these.
Are they the ones called Quick Dams?
Quick Dam, yes, Bellio. Quick Dam. They sell for like $20 or $30, but that's got to be worth it to keep water out of your house. And
super smart.
And carrying, for people that aren't as strong as I am physically, carrying sandbags is a pain in the ass. Some people can't handle sandbags.
Are Quick Dams reusable?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I think they are, but I don't know enough about them. I don't know. You know what they got to stop doing? They've got to stop selling 40 packs of water at these big box stores. Because I constantly see people who are in their 60s or 70s struggling to try to get 40 bottles into their cart. And they've got to somehow work a way where you can break one of those in half and take half, put it in your cart, put the other half in your cart. But 40 bottles of water, it's heavy. It's heavy as hell.
They are reusable.
They are.
That's what it says.
Whoa, what a day. Quick Dam. What are they, like $30 or so? They come in, they have the small ones and the large ones. I think large ones are up to 10 feet. And you put them in front of your door or, your apartment, your garage. And then as water hits them, they expand. And they prevent water from coming into your home. They really do work. I've used them personally. Quick Dam. Let's get them as a sponsor, Bella. Can we do that?
Let me work on that.
Seasonal sponsor.
Oh, we're doing seasonal now?
Yeah, I don't know if we can get them, in July. I don't know
Why
how many
not? People should be prepared.
I don't know how many people are buying Quick Dams in July in LA. But but in the winter they will.
We're doing everything we can to get ready, but Mother Nature's going to make the call.
Pacific Coast Highway remains closed to the public as officials ready the road for the next storm.
The hillsides are going to get very tenuous. There's no question about that. They're likely to fall, and we're just going to have to be ready to scoop it up off the highways.
From Pepperdine University, motorists won't get far before you see the flashing lights signaling the closure at Carbon Beach Terrace.
Yeah, for the people who live in Malibu and you work in Santa Monica or, West Side or Century City, you have to go all the way around, and it's taking some people 4 hours to get to work. Because you got to go all the way into the valley to the 101 to the 405. And then on the way home, you got to do the same thing. You got to go through 405 to the 101, all the way up to either Malibu Canyon or even further north of that. And so I think a lot of people who live in Malibu and work in Century City or on the west side, they're going to have to move because they can't do that commute every single day. A commute 6 hours of your day. It's horrible.
It's a roadblock impacting much more than just drivers.
It's not just the small businesses. It's the people that service the pool. It's the plumbers. It's everybody is hurting.
This slide happening over the weekend on Topanga Canyon Boulevard, which remains partially closed.
Yeah, that Topanga out there is a rough area.
This slide happening over the weekend on Topanga Canyon Boulevard, which remains partially closed.
I like Topanga Canyon. I grew up going to Topanga Canyon all the time. I enjoy that. There's a restaurant out there. Is it Inn of the Seventh Ray? Crozier, you're a romantic guy. You go to romantic restaurants. Is that what it's called? Inn at the Seventh Ray? I think that's what it's called. It's right in the heart of Topanga.
No, not familiar with that.
It's nice. When I was driving before Uber, when I worked for a limousine company, I took a couple people up there for weddings. It's nice.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
it is Inn at the Seventh Ray.
Inn at the Seventh Ray. I was there once. One time, I took one girl there on one date,
and
I think she sort of caught on to me.
Yeah,
I think I was wearing
a
Santa Anita hat when I picked her up. What's going on?
We have an update on the woman barricaded.
Oh, what'd she do? What's the update?
Let's bring it up.
All right.
Hold on one second.
Here's the update. She's come out. She's the queen of
Live Mayor 7. I'm Chris
There
Christie,
you go.
ABC
Yeah.
News.
All right. What'd she do? Did she come out?
I didn't hear it.
Did she surrender?
No, I believe she is still barricaded.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
I'll get an update.
We'll get an update on that. That's a big deal.
Again on Topanga Canyon Boulevard, which remains partially closed. Officials say they'll also be keeping a close eye on the canyon roads this week.
I heard that Inn of the Seventh Ray needs a little bit of help. Like, they're constantly that road's being closed. Somebody emailed me over the weekend about that. So I don't know how we can help them out, but that's one of the most beautiful restaurants in the world. Inn of the Seventh Ray. Of the Seventh Ray or in the Seventh Ray? Inn of the Seventh?
Inn of the Seventh Ray.
All right. I love that place. You would love it too, Bellio. You're romantic.
I'm looking at it. It looks beautiful.
Yeah, you and John.
Very cozy.
Yeah. Is John romantic?
Very romantic.
Like on a scale of 1 to 10?
He's no Tim Conway Jr.
Well,
but,
who can be?
He's pretty romantic.
Is he really?
Yeah.
What's the most romantic thing he's like? Will he? What does he do? What's his move?
Like he plans dinners or like weekend getaways.
Is that right?
Yeah. He'll put my favorite things out.
Like what?
Like
your Peloton.
Yeah.
Decorate your Peloton for Thanksgiving.
Burritos, chips. He'll put my snacks out.
That was rude when he decorated your Peloton for Thanksgiving. I was like, you can eat as much as you want, but here's the Peloton.
Yeah, I didn't appreciate that.
That was odd.
Yeah.
That's a God move.
It was weird. It was weird.
It was strange. All right. Johnny's got a great move, man.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
We can't stress it enough. This is a big rain week coming, and it doesn't look like it right now. There are clouds outside now. Clouds have come in. All right. So no rain today, nothing tomorrow. A little bit on Wednesday, lots on Thursday. Unbelievable amount of rain on Thursday. Up to 3 inches in some parts of Southern California. Burbank, 3 inches. San Fernando Valley, 3 inches of rain. That means the LA River is going to be filled. It is going to be filled to the rim. So be prepared for this rain. We might be on all night. If we get those 3 inches and hills start moving, might come in at 1 o'clock, beyond till 5 o'clock. We do that around here whenever there's breaking news. Breaking news. All right, we have the barricade situation. Any news on that, Bellio, with the barricade? Anything going on there? That's Vermont and 8th Street. And so keep an eye on that sucker, too. On that area. And find out what's going on. All right, sinus issues. People in my family are suffering from sinus issues, and they think it might be related to all the fires that we've had in the month of January.
Here in Southern California, we're also seeing an increase in respiratory and sinus issues linked to the devastating wildfires.
Now at 4, there are some things you can do to get relief, and Circle of Health reporter Denise Dedore spoke with a doctor.
All right, let's find out what we can do here. If you have sinus issues.
Spoke with a doctor who understands the problem firsthand.
Bob, just looking in there,
When the Hughes fire broke out, Agua Dulce resident Bob Skirstonis knew right away.
If there's the slightest bit of smoke in the air, I can smell it. The pressure in my sinuses became greater.
He suffered from acute face pain and congestion for weeks until ear, nose, and throat specialist Dr. Philip Amoyles scanned his sinuses.
Filled with stuff. It should all be black.
Since the wildfires, Dr. Amoyles says he's seeing more bronchitis, chronic sinusitis.
Dr. Moyle is the guy's name?
Since the wildfires, Dr. Amoyles says...
M. Moyle. Oh, okay. Dr. Moyle sounds like an odd name. You know what a moil is, Pelion? You know that Jewish term? You know what a moil is?
Oh, yeah, I know what it is.
No idea what it is, Timmy. No. I'm not Jewish. I am Italian Catholic. Oh, well.
It's not good for dudes.
Yeah. A moil, I believe, is the doctor that cuts the foreskin off.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. What a job.
Yep.
How about that as a job?
So what do you do for a living?
And what do you do with the skin? Where does that go? Trash can? I don't know.
Make a wallet?
I don't know. What's going on with that? But it's the person, the doctor that does cut the foreskin off of males' private parts.
Since the wildfires, Dr. Amoyles says he's seeing more bronchitis, chronic sinusitis, congestion, and asthma.
Yeah, a lot of people are really suffering from all of the above.
Toxic VOCs, volatile complexes, that's where they're getting caught.
Sifting through the charred remains of his Palisades clinic, he understands how dangerous these chemicals can be.
Yeah, we lost our practice.
At his Santa Clarita office, many of his new patients are first responders and impacted residents. New data reveals ER visits in LA County rose 8-fold during the fires and the days that followed. Most suffered from respiratory issues.
Everybody's coming in with the worst sinuses we've seen in years.
A new study found firefighters battling the 2023 Maui wildfires had elevated blood levels of cancer-causing chemicals.
Oh, my God. It's like a nightmare.
Researchers don't know if it's a direct result, but Dr. Amoyles says the airways are the easiest way for impurities
can get into the system easier through the lungs.
Dr. Amoyles says many ENTs can clear harmful toxins with a procedure called endoscopic cyclone irrigation.
There you go. That's what you need.
Endoscopic cyclone irrigation.
That's what you need to clean out those sinuses. Got to get the sliding. Get this.
Endoscopic cyclone irrigation.
You basically rinse it out with antibiotics or steroids.
Balloon sinuplasty with cyclone irrigation takes place in a room like this. The procedure lasts about 45 minutes. Most patients recover between 1 to 2 days with minimal pain medication.
Able to breathe, there's no pressure on my forehead. The sinuses below my eyes are clear.
The procedure is covered by insurance.
Oh, there's great news.
Are clear.
Yes, you hear that?
Procedure is covered by insurance.
The procedure is covered by insurance. What procedure?
Endoscopic cyclone irrigation.
That's what you need. Got to get irrigated.
Are clear.
The procedure is covered by insurance. For now, Dr. Amoyles recommends regular nasal irrigation and wearing N95 masks if you live or work near burn areas. Denise Tador, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Eyewitness News. All right, so go get that.
Endoscopic cyclone irrigation.
Yes, can help you out. Be a big change in your life, especially if you're out and spending a lot of time in the burn scar areas. Again, one more time.
Endoscopic cyclone irrigation.
That's what you need. And insurance is going to pick up the tab on that sucker. So you're in good shape. All right, we're live. We're covering the rain that's going to start Wednesday. Thursday is going to be the big night, big day, up to 3 inches of rain on Thursday. So please be aware of that. Thursday, up to 3 inches of rain. It's huge.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
All right, Tiger Woods is in the news. Everybody's been waiting for him to come back to the PGA, and it was supposed to be this week at the Genesis Invitational, the Genesis Tournament. Tiger Woods will no longer make his return to the PGA at the Genesis Invitational Tournament. He hosts that tournament, but he's not going to be playing. He's not ready. He just lost his mom. Very understandable. Tiger Woods announced today that he's withdrawing from the event, which is taking place at Torrey Pines in San Diego. I think they're doing the South Course this year instead of the Riviera Golf Club because of the the wildfires. So they moved it to Torrey Pines, which is in north of San Diego, La Jolla area, where Torrey Pines is. So Woods talked about the fact that his mother had just passed away less than a week ago for his reason to not make the trip and postpone his return to the PGA. He said, quote, I plan to tee up this week, but I'm just not ready. And says, I did my best to prepare, knowing it's my mom and she would have wanted it that way. But I'm still processing her loss. Thanks to everyone who reached out. I hope to be at Torrey later in the week and appreciate the continued kindness since my mom's passing. And so everybody understands. No one's getting down on him for that. So Torrey Pines, hopefully the weather doesn't get down that far south. I have to let me look at La Jolla and see what the weather's going to be. Let's see if we're going to get any of this. We're expecting 3 inches of rain, Bellio. That's a big deal. And let's see if it's going to get down to La Jolla. Yes, it is. 80% chance of rain on Wednesday. Oh, man, there's a lot of rain. There's more rain in Torrey Pines. Well, no, about the same. Torrey Pines and that Invitational, the Genesis, they're going to have rain Wednesday starting around 10 a.m., all day on Wednesday, almost all day on Thursday, and up until about 7 a.m. on Friday. So they're probably not going to get Thursday's round in. Maybe they will, but it doesn't look like it. So if you have tickets for Thursday, it doesn't look good. Doesn't look good at all.
Is that the first day of the...
Usually, yeah, Thursday, Friday, and then there's a cut, and then you make the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. So it's a great tournament. Have you ever been there, Bellio? You and John walk around tournaments with your big, oversized hats on?
I think we have.
Have you?
It's been a long time, though.
Yeah.
I used to do it when I covered sports in Denver. I used to go to a lot of those tournaments, but I haven't done as many here.
Yeah, they're fun to do. Fun to walk around. All right, Bellio and golf tournaments. We talk about that every Monday around 5:50. It's being brought to you by Advanced Hair. One-day treatment, life-changing results. Make your appointment today at advancedhair.com. But that's going to be a great tournament. Fantastic tournament. Hopefully they can get it in because the rain's on its way. Lot of rain. It's going to be the biggest storm of the year. It's a big deal for people who live in Southern California.
This is expected to be the strongest of the season so far, and we are expecting quite a bit of rain, so much different compared to the last few that we've seen. So the wind advisory is going to be in place today into late tomorrow night from the high desert all the way down to some of the low desert communities. So from Barstow down into 29 Palms, Yucca Valley, we're looking at gusts up to about 50 miles per hour. So if you travel through the high desert, just know we are going to be dealing with some winds there. We're going to still deal with even stronger winds as we get into this storm too, and so we'll keep you updated. What we're going to be seeing is a lot of rain, some gusty winds, and then some high elevation snow too. So you can see this trough that extends all across the west. That's going to stay here, and it's helping push some of that up into SoCal here. So this is what's going to happen. As we head into Wednesday, this is when we are expecting some rain as early as Wednesday morning. Wednesday should be pretty light in nature, and we will get some breaks in the day too.
Okay. All right. So Wednesday's not going to kill us. Wednesday's not going to be the worst. Thursday is what we're going to have to be careful of.
Anywhere from up to about an inch of rain, but if you were in other spots, we could get just about a quarter to a half of an inch. Then we head into the overnight hours. We're going to get a little lull in the rain until we head into Thursday morning. Very early Thursday morning, still light and spotty, but then we get into rush hour and it starts to become a little more widespread all the way into late morning. And then through the rest of the afternoon Thursday, we're not expecting too many breaks. It's expected to be pretty consistent all the way into Friday.
So Thursday afternoon, Thursday night, Thursday evening, Thursday night, rain, rain, rain.
So this is looking at midday on Thursday, and then take a look at Thursday night. What starts to happen in the overnight hours of Thursday night into Friday, we're going to start to see the heaviest rainfall.
Okay. Overnight, Thursday night is going to be bad.
thunderstorms are not out of the question, and you can start to see some of these little pockets really picking up. Those are areas where we could see rain exceeding up to about an inch or more per hour.
Did you hear that? An inch of rain per hour. That's unbelievable.
To about an inch or more per hour. And so that's why we are saying that there could be mud, debris flow in these recent burn scar areas, and those are the places we need to start preparing. By Friday, it starts to move on out of here, and showers will become a little more scattered, but we are expecting the heaviest rain Thursday and then overnight Thursday night into Friday. So for Los Angeles and Orange County, several inches of rain expected. Of course, we're probably going to see some localized flooding issues too. For the valleys and Inland Empire, we're going to get down to some 50s this week.
Cold and raining. This is not a good week if you live in any of the burned areas.
Anywhere from 2 to 4 inches or more for some of the foothill communities. So that is going to be dangerous in terms of...
Okay, well, both of those are foothill communities. You know, both of those, the Palisades, Malibu, and the Eaton Fire are all in areas where these clouds are going to try to get over these mountains, and they can't do it without releasing weight. And that's what they do. They release water to get over the mountains, and that's why we have the heaviest rainfall in these low-lying, mountain areas, in the upslope, and trying to get these clouds just want to get to the desert, and they're too heavy, they're too fat, and they've got to get over the mountain, so they got to shed some weight. They don't have pelotons. They got to do it the natural way. They got to sweat it out. These clouds are going to sweat out, and that's going to be our rain. You're going to have 2 to 4 inches of it. That's a lot of rain, a lot of it. So please be prepared as much as you can for this Thursday. We can't stress it enough. Ton of rain is coming in. It's Conway Show. We're live on KFI AM 640.
Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. Now, you can always hear us live on KFI AM 640, 4 to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and anytime on demand on the iHeartRadio app.